You are walking up the same flight of stairs you have climbed for 20 years, but today, your thighs feel like they are filled with wet cement. When you go to stand up from a deep chair, you have to push off the armrests, using your upper body to compensate for the sudden, terrifying lack of power in your lower half. You tell yourself that your legs are just getting tired because you are getting older, but the medical reality is far more brutal. Your legs do not just get tired. They are actively, physically wasting away. The human body operates on a strict hierarchy of survival. When the biological environment inside your body begins to degrade, the first major structural system to be sacrificed is the dense muscle tissue in your legs. It is a condition called sarcopenia, and it is the single greatest threat to your physical independence. Once your legs go, your mobility goes, your balance fails, the fall risk skyrockets, and your world shrinks to the size of your living room. Today, we are going to expose the hidden biochemical reasons why your legs are starving, and we are going to decode the 10 specific, science-backed foods you must eat to forcefully rebuild the architecture of your lower body before it is too late. To stop this rapid decline, you have to understand exactly what is vanishing inside your legs. Your thigh and calf muscles are made up of 2 types of fibers. Type 1 fibers are for endurance, like walking slowly. Type 2 fibers are fast-twitch fibers. These are the powerful engines that catch you when you stumble and give you the explosive strength to stand up from a chair. As you cross the age of 60, your body selectively cannibalizes and destroys these fast-twitch fibers first. It happens because your body develops something called anabolic resistance. When you were 30, eating a small piece of chicken was enough to trigger your body to build muscle. At 65, your muscle cells have essentially gone deaf to the signal. You can eat a normal amount of protein, and your body will just convert it to waste. To force an aging muscle to grow, you have to break through this resistance by flooding the bloodstream with a massive, concentrated spike of a very specific amino acid called leucine. Leucine is the physical key that turns on a biological switch inside your muscle cells called the mTOR pathway. If you do not consume enough leucine in a single meal, the mTOR switch stays firmly in the off position, and your leg muscles continue to literally dissolve into the bloodstream. The absolute fastest way to flip that mTOR switch and force your legs to rebuild is by consuming whey protein isolate. Whey is not just for young bodybuilders. It is a critical medical intervention for aging adults. Whey protein has the highest concentration of bioavailable leucine of any food on the planet. By drinking a high-quality, cold-processed whey isolate within 30 minutes of your morning walk or physical therapy, you bypass the sluggish digestive tract, flooding your starving leg muscles with the exact biological signal required to halt the muscle-wasting process. But protein alone is not enough if the brain cannot communicate with the legs. The second food you must consume is the whole egg, specifically for the yolk. As you age, the microscopic nerve endings that connect your spinal cord to your leg muscles begin to physically die and disconnect. This is called motor unit denervation. To keep those nerves alive and firing, your body requires massive amounts of choline to manufacture acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter responsible for muscle contraction. The egg yolk is nature's most concentrated, perfectly packaged source of choline. By throwing away the yolk, you are starving the electrical cables that command your legs to move. Once the nerves are firing and the muscle synthesis is turned on, we have to address the energy crisis inside the muscle cells. The third food you must eat is grass-fed beef. Your fast-twitch muscle fibers rely heavily on a compound called creatine to generate immediate, explosive energy, the exact energy required to catch your balance and prevent a fatal fall. Modern seniors are profoundly deficient in creatine. Grass-fed beef provides a dense, highly absorbable dose of natural creatine, alongside heme iron, which is fundamentally required to carry oxygen deep into the dense tissue of the quadriceps. If your legs constantly feel heavy and exhausted, they are suffocating at the cellular level. The fourth food addresses the systemic inflammation that actively destroys muscle tissue, bone-in sardines. Aging muscles are often trapped in a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation that essentially cooks the tissue from the inside out. Sardines are packed with omega-3 fatty acids that extinguish this inflammatory fire, but more importantly, they are eaten with the bones intact, providing a massive dose of bioavailable vitamin D. Muscle cells have specific vitamin D receptors that, when activated, physically increase the size and density of the fast-twitch fibers. We must also fix the plumbing. If your arteries are stiff, the nutrients cannot reach the legs. The fifth food is raw beetroot or concentrated beet juice. Your body uses the dietary nitrates in beets to manufacture nitric oxide, a gas that violently dilates your blood vessels. When you consume beets, you are forcing the microscopic capillary beds inside your thighs and calves to open wide, pushing oxygen and the newly consumed amino acids deep into the starving muscle bellies. But once those nutrients arrive, the muscle must be able to functionally contract and relax. The sixth food is raw, unroasted pumpkin seeds. Leg cramps, nighttime spasms, and profound muscle weakness are the screaming alarms of severe intracellular magnesium deficiency. Without magnesium, the muscle fibers lock together in a state of permanent tension, tearing the microscopic fibers apart. A daily handful of pumpkin seeds provides the ultimate biological relaxant, naturally blocking the calcium channels and allowing the leg muscles to release, recover, and rebuild. Rebuilding muscle is a 24-hour process, and the most dangerous time for muscle wasting is while you sleep. When you go 8 hours without eating, your body begins to cannibalize your leg muscles to keep your vital organs functioning. To stop this nocturnal muscle wasting, the seventh food is full-fat cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is packed with casein protein. Unlike whey, which digests instantly, casein forms a slow-digesting gel in your stomach. It slowly drips a steady supply of muscle-preserving amino acids into your bloodstream all night long, physically shielding your legs from being broken down for fuel while you dream. The eighth food protects the physical structure of your nerves. Walnuts. The electrical cables running down your legs are wrapped in a protective coating called the myelin sheath. When this sheath degrades, the signal from your brain misfires, causing your legs to buckle unpredictably. Walnuts are the richest plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, a specific fat that your body uses directly to patch, repair, and rebuild the myelin sheath, ensuring the electrical commands from your brain reach your feet with absolute precision. The ninth food is designed to clear the metabolic exhaust out of your legs. When your muscles work, they produce waste products like lactic acid and uric acid. In an aging body, this exhaust gets trapped in the lower extremities, causing a deep, aching pain that makes you want to stop moving entirely. Tart cherries, or pure tart cherry juice, contain extremely powerful anthocyanins that act as a biological street sweeper. They actively seek out and neutralize the metabolic exhaust inside the muscle tissue, dramatically reducing the severe aching and stiffness that prevents seniors from staying active. Finally, the 10th food is the ultimate biological shield: high-quality, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. Muscle wasting is often driven by a systemic condition called cachexia, where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks its own tissue. The oleocanthal found exclusively in real extra virgin olive oil operates on the exact same inflammatory pathways as prescription painkillers, but instead of masking the pain, it actively shuts down the immune cells that are eating your leg muscles. The weakness in your legs is not an inevitable life sentence. It is a biological equation that you have the power to change. Your fast-twitch fibers are starving for the leucine threshold. Your motor nerves are begging for choline and omega-3s. Your capillaries are desperate for the nitric oxide to open them up. Do not accept the heavy, terrifying feeling of losing your balance. You do not have to eat all 10 of these foods tomorrow. Pick 2. Add a scoop of whey isolate to your morning routine. Eat a whole egg. Snack on pumpkin seeds instead of crackers. You must forcefully provide your body with the exact architectural building blocks it needs to rebuild your foundation. This information is based strictly on advanced clinical biomechanics and metabolic research. It is strictly for educational purposes and is never a replacement for the personalized care of your physician. If you are experiencing sudden, severe weakness or a complete loss of balance, you must seek immediate medical evaluation. Take exceptional care of your body. Feed the muscles that carry you through this world, and I will see you in the next video.